Hi, I'm Erica Hill West with Lending Path Mortgage, your mortgage go-to gal. I've been in the industry for over a decade. I also host a local radio show about all things mortgages, and I also manage a team of 5 loan officers to help them hit their growth goals. Today, we'll be talking about what the difference is in pre-qualification and pre-approval. A lot of you probably have heard them used interchangeably. I'm here to tell you that they are not the same and they are not equal at all. So if you're curious about what the difference is between a pre-qualification, a pre-approval, what the steps are, and how to get pre-qualified, stay tuned. So today we're going to talk about what the difference is between a pre-qualification and a pre-approval. I hear people within the industry and within real estate use these terms interchangeably all the time, and it can cause a lot of confusion to those out there trying to buy a house. So I want to take some time and break it down, let you know what pre-qualification is, what pre-approval is, and how to actually get pre-qualified or pre-approved for a mortgage. So first off, a pre-qualification is based on consumer information, meaning you either go online and fill out an application, or you pick up the phone and you talk to a loan officer. They'll ask you a series of questions, and usually, not all the time, usually we'll ask for permission to pull credit. Make sense? So it's all information provided to us by the consumer. You're probably asking yourself, Erica, what information are you talking about? Well, typically, and most specifically, income and assets. Those are the 2 biggest things apart from credit that can determine how much and if you can actually buy a home. So pre-qualification is relying on you, the home buyer, to actually know the specifics and the details down to the exact amount in order for your pre-qualification to be effective. In my case, when I pre-qualify people, I do a credit pull. So that means I'm going to get your consent to access your credit report from the 3 bureaus to, number 1, see what your credit score is. Number 2, see what your debt is. Other people may use the term pre-qualification to mean I'm asking you, hey, what is your credit score? Hey, what is your debt? What is your income? What are your assets? And they're determining what you would be pre-qualified for based on the information that you provided to them. I don't know about you, but I don't know exactly what my credit score is. I can give you a good idea because I pay my bills on time and those things. So I imagine my credit is good. If you were to ask me exactly what my score is, I have no clue. I have no clue what my credit score is. I don't follow it a lot because, like I said, I know my credit's good. Do you think that most people know exactly what their credit score is? No. You have a professional that's using estimates to be able to tell you what you are pre-qualified to purchase. That's one pitfall of pre-qualification. However, if you get a lender that does pre-qualification based on a credit pool, it's a step above, right? We can see what your credit scores are. We can see what your debt is. And then along with the information you provided me on income and assets, we are able to determine what you would pre-qualify for. Now, because I'm not verifying your work history, your pay, your bank statements, could some of this information actually change? Yes, it could. However, 2010 with the Dodd-Frank Act, and then again with the QM law, you don't need to know the specifics of those. They impact how you all get pre-qualified. We as a lender no longer can require that you turn in your information in order to get pre-qualified. We can't. However, can I tell you that there's a big difference of the weight of a pre-qualification and a pre-approval? There is. So now that we know the difference between, we know actually what pre-qualification is, remember, it is an assessment of your financial state based on consumer provided information and sometimes a credit report. For pre-approval, they absolutely are going to pull your credit 100%. And make sure that when you're applying for credit that you always give consent, either verbally or in writing, to have someone pull your credit. It's very, very important. Even though it may be assumed that they're going to pull your credit, make sure that you give anybody and everybody consent before they pull your credit. That's really important. So pre-approval, they're going to do the same application with you over the phone or online, ask about your living history, your work history, your income, are you paid hourly, salary, all that kind of stuff. And then they're going to pull credit, but they're going to take it one step further. They're going to tell you to provide W-2s, bank statements, pay stubs, sometimes tax returns if you're self-employed, for sure, to verify that the information that you have provided is accurate. Why is this a big deal? I'm going to tell you why. Most people don't know what they make. They have no idea, which is ludicrous to me, but they don't. And what I mean is, when I am talking to a consumer about what their budget is, what their income is, and I ask them, are you paid hourly or salary? Do you know what they tell me? I don't know. I just know I bring home X. That's not helpful for me. Number one, we don't use net income to qualify. Number two, I don't know how to calculate your income. So if I'm going off of you maybe work 40 hours a week, is it salary? We don't know, right? So it's important that number one, if you plan to get a pre-qualification, that you have all that information in front of you. If your salary, if your commission, if you're hourly, how many hours are you guaranteed to work a week? This is another big one. Most people that are hourly, they tell me, Erica, I work 40 hours a week. So if I put in 40 hours a week in their pre-qualification and I get their pay stub and they work 36 hours a week, on average, do you think that's going to impact the amount that they qualify for? Absolutely. When you're looking to get pre-qualified for a mortgage and not pre-approved, make sure that you have factual data to provide so that they can give you an actual amount that you pre-qualify for. If you don't, then you may find yourself under contract to purchase a home that you actually can't buy. Are there consequences for that? Yes. It can cause you a lot of time and a lot of money. When you are making those first arrangements to talk to a mortgage professional, go ahead and grab your pay stubs. Grab your W-2s. Look through it and familiarize yourself with how you're paid. That's a big deal. I'm going to talk about the second thing that is usually a pretty big hiccup in pre-qualification or pre-approval and actually closing on a home. The second thing are assets. Most of you know that down payment is required on a majority of homes. A majority of homes require a down payment. Could be as low as 3%, could be as high as 20%. So knowing if you have sufficient assets to purchase the home is also a part of your pre-qualification. So if I call you and I say, what are the approximate balances in your checking and savings accounts or investments retirement? And you say $800 and you're trying to buy a $300,000 house, even though you may meet income and credit requirements, we're missing the asset part. So I may not be able to issue you a letter to go put an offer on a house. Make sure that you know exactly where the funds are going to come from for your purchase. You know how you're going to get it, what the documentation requirements are for getting funds to close, which we will talk and cover in another video. Make sure that you have all that information provided before you start the first initial process of pre-qualification and pre-approval. The last and probably most important difference between a pre-qualification letter and a pre-approval letter is how a seller may view them when offers are submitted. When you go through the initial process with your loan officer, they will provide you with either a pre-qualification letter or a pre-approval letter. You then in turn give that to your real estate agent when they are submitting offers on your behalf. Right now, the market is hot. Right now, listings are getting 4, 5, 6 offers at a time. When a seller looks at a pre-approval letter based on a pre-qualification letter, what it is telling them is that those individuals that took the effort to get pre-approved are more serious and more concrete borrowers than those that are just pre-qualified. Do your due diligence. Make sure to provide the information that is needed to take it one step forward to get a pre-approval to help you lock down the house of your dreams. If you're looking to get pre-qualified or pre-approved, please, all my information is right below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you're in the mortgage industry looking to make a change to a new and dynamic team, if you want to know more about the mortgage industry and how you can break in, contact us as well.